Hey, it's Lauren, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is a modern studio apartment build. Typically I was thinking of building this for 1 to 2 sims, mainly 1 sim, and I thought this sim would be quite creative because at the end of the video I add in like a garage style building full of creative things that she can do. So she could either be, I think I add in a florist table and some easels, and then I also add in a little yoga mat, so hopefully she could be, you know, go there to relax and enjoy her time. Here I couldn't decide on what I wanted to do with this bit of roof. I didn't know whether or not I wanted it to have like a bit of sunshade or be like a conservatory style roof. I think I leave it as like a conservatory style roof, which I think looks okay, looks fine, and then obviously I leave the roof on top of all the builds looking quite modern and a bit more put together, I kind of think. But this, I do change it up quite a bit, the windows and the colourings and the roofing, but I feel like with this build I wasn't really sure, because obviously it does look really modern, and then inside I was like, do I keep it really modern? And obviously I do. There is room for a double bed, so you could have 2 sims living in here, and I aimed to keep this quite an affordable house. I can't remember for the life of me how much it actually did come to, but it is slightly more expensive because I did add in that garage to the side, and I also add in quite a nice size TV. I add in a washer dryer, I add in a computer, so there are things that you can take out to make it a bit cheaper, and maybe like different lights that you could use, but it is expensive for the size because it is quite a small house. And then here I'm just trying to figure out a floor plan. I think I use half walls to separate the kitchen area and the living room. It's quite a nice sized kitchen. I add in bar stools and a small dining table and chair. I think I fit 2 chairs in, and the kitchen's a nice size. There's a few worktops, and it has a sink. I think I add a dishwasher as well, I'm not sure, maybe that's why as well. I feel like there's a few things that I add that could make the price go up, and I use a few more expensive items. And I was deciding here, looking at it now, I feel like I wish I used black for the fridge and the oven, but obviously if you do download this and you want to change it, you can. I don't mind people changing within my builds. Don't build it just for you to have it as it is. Just adding a few bits of decorations in the kitchen now. I really like adding those chalkboards to the back. I think I add it in quite a few of my builds. It's quite a typical me thing to do, and I really like this wall that I used within the kitchen. I think it's really nice. Yeah, so you've got 3 bar stools, and then you also will have 2 dining chairs to actually sit at as well, which I think is a nice amount to have within a kitchen. So you've got that one workspace by the fridge that you can actually cut up all of the food, because I remember I always do that. I always forget that if I don't leave enough space for a workspace, but I remembered I sometimes clutter too much that then it doesn't work. And then I'm just adding a salt and pepper pot on the table because I think that's the best place to have it. And then I couldn't work out whether or not to have any blinds or curtains on these rounded windows, but I find them really difficult to use curtains that fit nicely, so I think I ended up not using it. But I do use a curtain within the living room to make it look a bit more lived in. And I was just adding a bit of clutter. I'm decorating the bathroom, but then I go straight on to the living room, and then I decided on this blue curtain, and I decided that blue would be a running theme throughout the house, so I think the bedroom is predominantly blue. Obviously you can change the size of that TV. It is a big TV for the size of the house. It's a nice sized living area, I think. It's got everything that you need, really. And then I had a bookcase. But with back in the other room, this video, by the way, I went and I filmed this a while ago. So this is before the latest update where we get the white shelf. So very excited about the white shelf coming to The Sims. Yeah, I feel like we've always needed it. So, but I feel like the grey shelf that I chose, the grey black shelf that I chose, went really well with the kitchen area, so it fit quite well. And then here I couldn't decide what to do with under the stairs. I feel like under the stairs is always the bane of my life. I'm like, do I put a wall? Do I just clutter it? So I think with this, because I thought the wall closed the living space into the kitchen space a bit too much, I think I just decided to clutter it with a few items, and then I just put a few things on that table as well. But I think that's it that I add for the clutter downstairs. And then here I am, I'm going to be decorating the bathroom. I was going to use the bath with the shower in it, but it didn't fit how I wanted it to. I think it just looked a bit too busy, and I don't like my bathrooms looking like you can't use them. So I think that's all I put in there, and then I put a picture, and I think that's how I leave it, because I hate when people, well, I hate over cluttering bathrooms. And for the life of me here, I couldn't remember, I couldn't get rid of that little bit of floor sticking out, and then I completely forgot that we have this like the hammer tool which you could delete it. So if you do download this house, you can get rid of that yourself. It is on the gallery now. My SimGalleryID I will have written down below, so please feel free to follow me on there. And then I use one of these rails. I think I decided against a wardrobe because I just like how that clothing rail looks sometimes in different builds. I think it looks quite modern, so I think it went with the build a lot more. And then I cover up that beam of where the paint's different with those pictures, and I think it looks alright. You can obviously change how it looks. And then I add the shelving again and just use a few items to fill up the area. You could use if you download that red shelf, if you saw, there's a red shelf that you can download, and it makes it easier to place other objects if you move them, if you size them down. It just makes them easier to place on shelving units. I didn't use it for this build, but you can use it if you want to. And then again, I hate those windows that I used, so I couldn't choose a curtain, but in the end I went with the blue curtains that I went with downstairs, because I think it went with the room quite nicely, and having blue as a theme throughout the room was quite a good idea. I think my next couple of builds that I'm going to be doing are going to be specifically base game builds, because I get very happy with all the game packs. I don't have all the stuff packs, game packs, but I tend to realise that I use a lot of packs, so that if some people don't have them, it's quite hard for the game. So I think I've decided that I'll start building a few base game homes, just because then it's easier to add things to it rather than filling space where I've had so much stuff from expand, like the stuff packs put in. You can obviously take out where I put the washer dryer. I just thought it'd be a nice addition because I like doing laundry on The Sims. I'm one of the rare people that do. And then here I'm just adding a bit of landscape. I really thought that landscaping for this house, it didn't really fit, so I kept it quite minimal. I just added a few trees, a few bushes, and then in this space here I was going to add like a driveway and just put one of the model cars that you can size up. But then I changed my mind and I thought I will make it into a garage style, like I said at the beginning of the video, and she can be like a really creative sim and have somewhere to spend time rather than inside of her small house or apartment. But here the roof just wouldn't listen to me, and it was annoying me so much because I kept moving the building from side to side. And then I'm just sorting out all the pathway, and then I think I add in stairs from the main bit out. I don't really add much garden area, I just add a few more trees because I just wanted to fill that area. Because she's one sim on her own, I think she would probably venture out a lot more than other sims, so I keep it quite basic in the garden. You could add a pool if you wanted to, but pools obviously make things more expensive. Or you could add a gardening area. I kind of kept her, if I did add a gardening area, obviously it would make it more expensive, and it is quite an expensive build already, but I kind of made her like more of a creative sim. So she has the florist table, she has some easels. I also put in a yoga mat in here so she can unwind and do a bit of yoga. But I think it's quite a nice little room to have to escape, and I didn't decorate it too much on the walls because I thought obviously if she's a painter she could put a few of her creations on the wall, and then I do add a few of like the plants to make it look like it's a gardener's little nook. A gardener would enjoy this place, I think. And I get rid of that picture inside. I think I replaced it with a mirror because I don't think the picture suited the room at all, so yeah, I got rid of it. I moved it over there. Thought I got rid of it, but I moved it. But you can obviously delete that if she makes better pictures and it suits the room a lot more. And then I just add a bin to the side and a couple more bushes, and I think that's pretty much it for this build. So if you do like it, please download it. If you like the video, please like the video and subscribe. I hope to upload more videos a lot more frequently. But yeah, I'll leave it here. So hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!